People lack people.
just stacked with bodies.
Fear is useless. You just have to move forward.
I'd rather live less, but on my own terms.
I hope that one day I'll be like Stephen King or J.K. Rowling, or even better.
I had a daughter, Kira, and a son, Timur. At that time, he was 3.5 years old, and Kira was 9 months. There was an explosion near Hostomel. I saw so many little sparks. I was thrown around inside the car. The first thing I felt was something warm running down my back. I called my husband and told him we were being shot at. I love you. Then there was this terrifying sound. I accepted it. I thought, oh, so that's it. Because we are nothing. We don't control our own lives. We don't know what will happen in the next second. Through sheer will, I looked at my arm. It was just flesh. My fingers were hanging off. I saw Timur run towards the car, but the car had already gone off the road. It caught fire right where the gas tank was. A nurse came. She bandaged me up, gave me some kind of shot, and told me I had 2 hours left to live. But that didn't really bother me. I just accepted it. It was what it was. The only thing I asked was, save the children no matter what. I kept praying. Whenever no one was talking to me, whenever they left me alone, I prayed. I kept saying, Lord Jesus Christ, over and over. And I wondered, had they forgotten about me? They fired at the house from a tank. They brought in a little girl. They couldn't save her. By morning, I saw them bringing people in, just piling them into cars. I remember those old Soviet cars, the Zhigulis, the Ladas, just stacked with bodies, legs dangling from the open doors. So many. There was a young Belarusian guy. A mother ran up to him. She fell to her knees, crying. She kept saying, why are you doing this to us? What have I ever done to you?
I was just walking in my yard when a cluster bomb fell right next to me. It exploded less than a meter away. It was terrifying. And it hurt. And it hurts a lot. The person gets a big burn. I screamed at my father, "Get me the phone! I need to call an ambulance!" He brought it, but my hands were shaking. I kept dropping it. I begged the doctors to save him. But fate had already been decided. You have to know how to fall apart and how to pull yourself back together. I got up and walked. Because I had a dream. Even at the Superhuman Center, they asked me, "What's your biggest dream?" I said, "To walk. Fear is useless. You just have to move forward. I believe everything will be fine. I see myself as successful, only successful. I don't know why, but for some reason, that's the image I have of myself. I started doing manicures. Just for myself, I've got some skills. I'm proud of myself. Proud that I made it through all this." Someone took my hand and said, "Don't worry, you won't die. You're already coming back." At that time, I was terrified, but now, I've made it through. And I think I've already conquered my biggest fears. Right now, the most important thing is to unite our nation. Our nation is unbreakable. It's unbreakable, but because of everything that's happened, it's fallen apart. But we're strong. We can do anything. We will win.
Since I was a kid, I've dreamed of going to space. Most of my tattoos, they're all about space. I'm just waiting for it to become more affordable for regular people. I hope I'll get the chance to go. But this planet, it's insane. Everyone is fighting. But why? We could have just lived in peace. Grown. When I decided to enlist and go fight, I realized this is probably for life. Now, after rehab, I'm planning to go back to my old position. So, honestly, I don't believe I'll live to see victory. All my thoughts are about war and the army. I know this war will last a long time. I'll probably die in it. So I don't really think about what comes after. We just live from one leave to the next. The longest plans we make are just for vacations. In August, I took a solo trip, went to 2 festivals, managed it all in 15 days. But that kind of life, it's not for me. I just can't live like that. Not emotionally. It would crush me. I'd rather live less, but on my own terms, than live longer and be miserable, than live with regrets. Like my decision to enlist. I wasn't required to do it. I could have stayed out of it, but I made my choice. Sometimes I wonder if I could have done things differently, but what's done is done. In November, my boyfriend was killed. Maybe that left a mark on me too. But now that I have something to do, it's a little easier.
It's mostly fear. Everyone has their own fear. It's different for each of us. But fear leads to aggression, and aggression spills over. Taking what isn't yours, I see it as a kind of syndrome. Like, I have everything I need, and I'm so powerful that I can do even more. I tell my story, and someone says, "Oh, I'm so sorry, but some people look at you now and you're not really a whole person anymore." I have strong boundaries. I told him to fuck off. I know it's not fair. So many questions just lead to depression. I take antidepressants for anxiety. It's just very, very strong. Am I scared? I just ran into the fact that my anxiety, it's not obvious. It's just always there. And we all have it now. I think back to old plans with my friend. Back then in summer, we'd say, let's go somewhere. And now, we'll see if we're still alive. What else is there to talk about? Everyone is afraid, and no one knows where the next strike will land. I have a big dream. Who do I see myself as in everyday life? I don't know. I don't think that far ahead. I only plan a few days at a time. But I really want to walk in a Victoria's Secret show. That's my biggest dream. You're either in or you're out. There's no in between. Not when so many of us are wounded. Our borders are defended by young boys and older men. And it makes your heart clench. And then there are people who don't take part at all, who stand on the side of the aggressor, and I just don't want to know them, don't want to see them. We don't have enough people, not enough soldiers, not enough for the families who lost their own. I used to think happiness was money, that money was everything. But it's only one part of a comfortable life. And when I came here, I realized something. People, just people, someone who brings you something, someone who talks to you, someone who inspires you, and it makes something inside you bloom. That's what really matters. People lack people.
I was born in Torez, Donetsk region. When the war between Russia and Ukraine started, I was 6 years old. By the time I went to school, we were already under Russian occupation, so there wasn't even Ukrainian language in the curriculum. For 3 years, I studied from Russian textbooks. After my injury, I was able to return to horseback riding. I was terrified that I wouldn't be able to ride again. At least not the way I could when I had both hands. I love drawing. Mostly characters from the stories I write. And I really love writing books. It helped me fulfill my dream, publishing my book, Do Not Awaken Trouble. I dream that my books will find their audience, that people will find something meaningful in them, that they will read them and love them. I hope that one day I'll be like Stephen King or J.K. Rowling, or even better. Now more than ever, I realize how important family is and its support, especially in emigration when you're surrounded by people speaking a language you don't know. Now, more than ever, I need support.
Right now, my biggest dream is for the war to end, for our country to be at peace. Another dream of mine is to run a half marathon, a full 10 kilometers. I've already done 5. Now I want more. I want to see Ukraine's future, without war, for people to be kind and joyful again, like they used to be. I wish for all dreams to come true. But most of all, for people to work for their dreams. But above all, I wish for our people to be safe, because right now, that's what matters the most. What is love? It's when people love each other and live their happy lives together.